So we're going to get started here with drawing with lines. So the first thing we need to do, just like always, is download our file. So I've added this link here. Let's all go ahead and click where it says download your file by clicking here. We're then going to go to the top right here to our download section. If you don't see the download, it might be because you need to make your internet window just a little bit bigger. But we'll click download here. That's going to download right down here to the bottom of your Chrome tab. So we'll click, hold, and drag that right to our desktop. Once we have it opened on or saved to our desktop, we're going to hold Control on our keyboard and click that document. We'll get this window that pops up and we'll hover over Open With. We'll go down to Adobe Illustrator and click. So I've already gotten this document started for you, as you can see. And essentially what we're going to be doing is creating lines connected from these lines over here over to this side here, and you'll be finishing this section here as well. So essentially you're going to be making your own art composition by creating these drawings with these different lines. And then so you'll be able to make your own marks. They can be however far apart or close together as you want, as long as they connect with this dashed line on the other side. So the first thing you need to do is select your pen tool. You can do this by pressing P as in pen on your keyboard, or you can go over to the toolbar here where we see our pen tool right here. Once we have our pen tool selected, we're going to start right where I left off, which is right here. So what we're going to do is just click once to get started, right on that little point there. And notice how as I start to move my mouse away, I get this line that pops up. So what I'm going to do is then connect it to this side over here. I'm going to put mine right here. I'm then going to see what happens when I move my line down here. Now you can put yours up here if you want, or down here. Now the more variation you give it in width here from one side to the other, the cooler it's going to look when you're done. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to connect this point. And then notice how as I move over, this purple line gives me a nice straight line. And then I'm going to click. So then once we have this connected here, we'll hit escape on our keyboard. And now it's time to move on to the next one. So what we're going to do is just start back over here. We're just going to click where we left off over here. I'm going to move this one down here. I'll move this one up here. And you're just going to keep repeating the process until we get to the bottom. Now feel free to experiment. Again, like I said, see what happens when you start getting really close. And once we get to the end here, it'll then end for you once we connect. We won't worry right now about finishing up this line here. We'll just leave it blank for now because we're having trouble, I see, with mine connecting this line. So I don't want to have to worry about that with you too much. So you're going to go and repeat the process all the way through here. See what happens when you vary your lines up. And try and make the most unique composition as possible. Now, you can do this assignment really quickly, but the more time you spend going through and being careful and placing your points, the cooler it's going to end up looking. So we're trying not to just get it done, but we're trying to have the neatest looking composition at the end of the assignment. Once you finish and you get all the way down to the bottom, we're going to save it like we always do by going up to the top and going File, Save As. You're just going to add your last name, comma, first initial, and then an underscore. And you want to be sure that you're saving it to your desktop and as an Adobe PDF. And then once you've saved that to your desktop, then you can go ahead and drag and drop that in the assignment page in Schoology.